excellent. And you?
I
Wonderful.
am well, Tony.
Doing good, brother.
Peace, more Brian. What's the deal, brother? Peace and love to you all.
I am
Um,
well. Healing, healing.
yes. Peace, Latoya. Healing vibrations to you, goddess. All right.
Doing great, man.
Peace, brother. Nice to meet you.
Nice.
Matthew. Yes, sir. Man, tonight we're going to talk about. Hold on, let me cut this off over here. Tonight we're going to talk about this full moon energy. And as you can see, I have a PDF as I normally do for you to follow along, and I'll be using that as the guide. But I want to kind of, as I like to always do, give the energy of what we're dealing with and how, ways, solutions for you to be able to deal with this energy on the individual level, because we all individually could be going through so many different things based off where we are in our own lives, right? So it's so powerful how interconnected we can be through these planetary, I would say, influences, So it's dynamic when you think about it, and it's so powerful for us to be able to commune and be able to connect from so many different areas in the world on calls like this. So there is a true power
How
in tech.
come I couldn't really hear the I couldn't hear the audio for it.
What's that? You can't hear me? Can you hear me, Armani? Was you talking about me, Armani, or was you just off your mic real quick? I want to make sure y'all can hear me.
I can hear you, Sensei.
All right.
I just
So
got
yeah,
it on mute. I'm sorry.
no, you good. Appreciate it, brother. Now I know, technology, can be a lot of different things, but when you deal with it and how it can keep us connected is very dynamic, which is a very Uranian energy. And dealing with the weather changes, the changes in the seasons, right? And this can bring on so many different things, not only dealing with the weather, but also dealing with our bodies, our emotions, our thoughts, and all that, right? So I talked about in the last workshop how it deals with our parasympathetic nerve and how we're going from this time of more rest, less stress, right? Now, this is a beautiful time for us to remember we talked about the vagus nerve in the last workshop. For those of you that did attend, if you did not, I have the last free workshop on YouTube, and this one will be placed on YouTube as well. So for all of you that are listening in the future, there are other workshops that I've been doing along with these that are paid workshops. All right, and the paid ones have been more so in depth, I would say. And now the paid workshop for the throat chakra is also available for the solar plexus, the root chakra, the heart chakra. So I have every other chakra workshop available for recording if you want to purchase those. All right. And I also going to have the paid workshop for the third eye workshop tomorrow. So this workshop is what I wanted to just do. Like I always like to do for every workshop, I always give a free one along with the paid one. And the paid one is totally different from what I do tonight. All right. And the paid one is going to be, of course, more interpersonal. We talk a lot about more the transits, health things, more rituals, things like that. So I just wanted to offer this tonight to you all beautiful souls. But I'm gonna go in tonight, give you some things maybe you didn't know, maybe you do know, right? But it's all going to be about us learning and sharing this, and it's a beautiful experience that we call life. And I love to say we're learning to govern ourselves on an energetic level, and this humanity we're going through a dramatic shift. Reason why I say it's dramatic, because you can see a lot of drama playing out, right? And this drama could be playing out through the hearts and the minds of people. So there's a lot of relationship dynamics that are being challenged. There's a uh, there's a lot of things when it comes to the relationship that we have with ourselves. This is going to have a lot to do with the Aries full moon, which is the Hunter's full moon. When you deal with astrology, there's two different aspects. There's the Western and there's the Eastern, which is sidereal and tropical. In the sidereal aspects, the full moon is also going to be in Aries. So there's an equilibrium going on in the cosmos right now. All right. So that means that we're both sharing in the same energies when we deal with the northern and the southern hemisphere at this moment during this full moon, which is dynamic when you think about it, because there's the influence when you deal with the moon. For those of you, who may not understand the way I see the moon is dealing with our emotions. The moon is the connection to your mother. The moon is your nature. You're not just your sun sign, for those of you who might be new to astrology, all right? So the moon, when I look at your moon sign and I look at certain aspects to your moon sign, anybody in here that's gotten a reading from me will tell you this. I can see the relationship with your mother, your nurturing, how you deal with your emotions, how you tap into your emotional intelligence, your intuition. So when you deal with this time that we're in right now, especially with a Libra North Node, which is the opposition to Aries, which is your relationships. And Libra also rules the kidneys. All right. Libra rules not only our relationships, but also, you know, how we deal with our finances. In the ancient African system or Kemetic astrology, it is tied to the energy of Ma'at. Now, this deals with the heart. Now, this also deals with the coagulation and the salvation of the blood, and also the alkaline versus acidic aspects of the blood. Now, I know a lot of y'all have also heard me talk about the kidneys being connected to the ancestors, all right? And the ancestral energy being connected to the waters, because your water is memory. And now when you deal with water, this is libations in certain technologies or certain systems, I would say, especially dealing with Ifa, Yoruba, certain tradition, they pour out water, they give libations, because water is technology. And even in certain movies and life, they say water is life. And your body's 72% water, right? Sometimes 80, just depends on how much fluid you have going on. Now we know the earth is 72% water. So even in the Chinese culture, I know if you've ever heard me talk about that, this is why they have the four fingers over the fist. It represents the four fingers. The four oceans connect us. This is why they connect the four fingers. So this is all showing that we're connected through the waters. And if you've been paying attention, like I've been talking about in all these workshops, all these movies have been talking about the waters, Way of the Water with Avatar, water technology with Aquaman 2. You know what I'm saying? Everything has been talking about dark matter, which is the essence of almost water or technology, I would say. So CERN has been going on. So we've been dealing with an aspect of the veil, so-called, being lifted. If you really, I mean, they've been trying to slow it down with certain distractions. When we deal with the coronavirus, which I told you, corona, it also deals with the coronal plane, and you deal with a horizontal plane and a transcendental plane. This is the reason why they wanted you 6 feet apart, because they know together we're like batteries. And the closer we were together during this time of ascension, the more the collective ascends together. So why not keep the people apart when they know the cosmos is influencing us on certain levels? And then the word COVID is also equated to the demonic word called Devok, all right, spelled backwards. So, I mean, you can look up what I'm saying. All you do is just add the word occult to it. Just type in the word Devok, which is COVID spelled backwards, and put occult meaning behind it, and it will show you exactly what I'm saying. So this was an invoking of fear. Now, what is the opposition to fear? It is love, right? Now, when you deal with the self, this is why Aries and Libra deals with the this is why Aries and Libra deal with the aspect of Mars and Venus. Women are from Venus and men are from Mars. Haven't you been seeing relationships, breakups? I mean, even some of us could have been experiencing this in our own personal life. People more focused on the self. Being more focused on the self is going to deal with the aspect of how we embracing self-love, because the opposition of that is love. So when you've been tired of self-sacrificing, you find yourself saying that I'm no longer going to live that life, and now I'm going to focus on me. And it could be very challenging, especially when you have fallen in love, because to fall in love means that something about you is falling. Now, for a lot of us, this can come with a lot of bitterness, because you've been following and following and following. Ain't nobody really been following with you, right? You've been so loving, so caring, so into people and giving so much of yourself, and it hasn't been reciprocated. Libra, the opposite. Libra, Aries is your libraries. See, you don't attract what you want, you attract what you are, because of the opposition dealing with Libra and Aries. Whenever you deal with an opposition in astrology, you're dealing with 180 degrees. When you add 180 plus 180, you get what? 360. So there's an aspect of a reason why we go through relationships and why we attract the people that we attract, because there's a void you've been trying to fill. This is equated to the same sayings of looking for love in all the wrong places, right? This equates to the Bible when it said, love your neighbor as you love yourself, right? So this is equating to a lot of different ways to how we've been acquiescing to the word love. Now, love, it's my challenge a lot of y'all, right? Love is just the sweetness of your emotions. Now, when your emotions become sweet on anything, you love it. Now, this is how you can grow to love something. Or you can have love at first sight. Your emotions, your chemistry just reacts and you can't help it. Now, when you deal with your emotions, it's connected to what? Your body, right? So if your body and your emotions is connected to something that maybe operates beyond your awareness. Now, this is why we go through stages of development. Now, these stages deals with how we become more aware of what? Our bodies. Now, this equates to when I always say, you are not your mind, you are not your body. Aries is the super brain. Aries is the first house of the zodiac. Aries, the mantra is I am. The mantra for Libra is I balance. Your whole life is about you balancing who you are with everybody else that you meet. This is the essence of what we call being human. Because without human interaction, what would life be? Without love, without experiences, without somebody to share this shit with, what would life be? You get what I'm saying? So the power of love, the power of us, this is why they say God is love. You get what I'm saying? But then we say we operate in a world where how can so many of these things operate devoid of love? Like, and you see how many people you feel and recognize don't have it. Now, what is this an absence of? So this is why we meet people that bring us love. People show you how to love. If any of you have seen the movie that came out, what's this called? The Man That Fell to Earth. He came in as a reptilian, right? And he was so like robotic, right? So masculine, right? So the reptilian mind. So whenever you think of the Anunnaki and all this, I want y'all to think about the reptilian brain, okay? Now, this equated to him having to learn how to love and be human. Now, it fucked him up because he was like, this is how humans feel. Anytime y'all see a movie where they're robotic, this is what humans deal with. This is what you call crying. This is what you call emotions, right? They're acquiescing to an experience. Now, when he told that woman in that movie, you showed me how to love, he was speaking beyond her physical nature. This is why women are always seeking what we think is love, and men are always seeking what we think is power, because women already have that, right? So women come with this natural essence of what we know as power. This is the feminine. But when that is operating devoid of love, it seems like without that union, you don't feel whole. Now, do you have your own masculine and feminine principles? Yes, you do. This operates beyond your physical nature because your physical nature is only in control of what? You connecting with another human being in the essence of what? Procreate. So do you always connect with everybody you feel good about? That your body be like, do it? No, I don't think you do. Something has to be there. Something has to interest you. So this is when I say, how many times have you been saying yes to with your lips and no with your heart? How many compulsive relationships have you gotten into? How many times have you been in a relationship and there was a place of you saying, man, what am I doing? Right? What have I got myself into? And now it turns into a routine instead of a relationship. Then it starts to feel like an obligation. I done been there. I done been in 7-year relationships, 13-year relationships. I'm relationship driven. Okay. So I know what it's like to be so selfless for somebody else. And this is what love requires. Now, when you give that away and you feel like you haven't been getting it back, this can turn you bitter in a lot of ways. Now we go through this aspect of what we call healing. All right. I'm just talking to the illumination of what's going on with the accumulation of what's going on in the stars. I'm just making it plain and simple because Aries in the moon is going to illuminate. Anybody in here with an Aries moon knows what I'm saying, because this is a battle now of me and how I feel about myself. Aries ruled by Mars, which rules your sex life. This is also going to be affected, right? So how many people are selfish in the bedroom? How many of you have been with people that have been selfish in the bedroom and they care about you getting yours, especially women? How many men have made love to you just to fuck you and not to love you? How many women have fucked you just to make you love them and not to make love to you? See? And as a man, how many women have you had sex with, right? And done this from a conquistador and I'm conquering and that mentality. See, I'm just saying a lot of this is devoid of love. This is a craving. So when we operate in this dynamic, it shows us a lot about our own nature. And without somebody else, you would not know yourself. So this is the power of us walking away with a better aspect of what have we learned through all these relationship dynamics. Now, this ain't gonna just challenge our relationship with people, because at the core of our relationship with people is our relationship with our own bodies. And this is gonna be our relationships with the materialistic realm. There's a fear of losing people because there's a fear of dying. So this is why a lot of people, the aspect of searching for love is a search for freedom. Because nobody wants to be controlled. Nobody. Nobody wants to be told what to do. Nobody wants to be made to feel like I can't be myself. But when you've been living a life to where you've been trained and taught and indoctrinated and civilized, meaning that when you grew up, you were asked what you want to be when you grow up, who you want to be when you grow up, right? You start having to be a different person for your mama, your daddy, if your daddy was around, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, then you had to be a different person at school. You had to be a different person at your job. We naturally became chameleons in our life. But because this happened to us without us truly enjoying our childhood essence, this is why so many people say, I got to heal and I got to go back and meet my inner child. Because at that place in your life, you didn't have the power nor the authority to choose what you wanted to do. You just went with a certain flow, and then people set certain parameters and told you how to act, what to do, how to feel, how to think along the way. And this is when we begin to be robbed of that essence. Now we can spend the rest of our life trying to get it back through different experiences, through jobs, through relationships, through sex, through drugs, through alcohol, through whatever. Just trying to find these moments of joy. Retail therapy, traveling, whatever gets you. I need a break, but it feels like you're running from something, because every time you come back, the same shit is here. The same thing happens when you go to sleep. Why do you think most people spend a lot of their time sleeping? And then the opposition of that is the people who can't sleep because their brain is always all over the goddamn place and they entangled with that. See what I'm saying? So it's either like you living in one extreme or the other. So when you begin to not subscribe to the polarities, this is when you truly embrace the self. You know, people like to say it's the death of the ego, but if you really listen to what I said, your ego is so attached to you need a resurrection. Or some people need an exorcism. You know what I'm saying? Because when you really think about it, this can make people, some people run around just being a shell of themselves because they're so consumed by everybody else's thoughts and emotions to where you don't even know yourself no more. You so entangled with other people's needs and desires, and you having to fulfill that because you trying so hard to be a good person. And in this time that we in, I'm telling you, it's been so many people struggling with things you've been trying so hard to do financially, emotionally. You've been trying to make your relationships work. You've been trying to make your ends meet. You just been doing all you can do, and you've been wondering why things have just been going that way. I'm gonna tell you, there's been a lot of restrictions in the cosmos that is forcing us to get in tune with one thing, and that's your goddamn self. That is not an accumulation of what you gathered. It's not an accumulation of what you think you love or what you think you are, because you can't take none of that with you. This is why I always talk about the comedic sciences, talk about do not die twice in this life, which is called the Smatawi. So the rebirth, the resurrection, I don't know how many times you want to die and be reborn. I don't know how many times, how long you think you have to lie to yourself. See, this is why if you don't embrace death, you will never know life. This is why some people wait And then by the time you wait, it's time is to keep on ticking. Then you got people out here that'll tell you time don't exist. I'm gonna tell you right now, that's bullshit. Because without time, your ass wouldn't be here. You know what I'm saying, Matthew? Without time, you would not. How would you be? How would you be present with life without time? Time is the most precious asset that we have. When it's
Yeah,
fleeting away, you fight for it, right?
yeah, absolutely. Time does exist. It was created by God, but it's perceived by man. Like the all the clocks on the wall and all the like that was made by man. Like time is very real.
Now, I got you, Matthew. I appreciate that. And I'm gonna say this: time, I would say, is more realized, right? Because time is something, and I've said this before. When you look at time and you go back with the essence of time, one of the first people, one of the first tribes that found time or were able to acquiesce to the power of time was called the Ma tribe. This was a tribe of women in Africa. Now, the first woman that did this was a woman that began to count the days on a femur of the bone of a baboon. All right. And she began to see how the moon would move in phases and how the days would pass into a full moon would illuminate. This is why some of the first civilizations used the moon as time. And this is why we know time to exist only by our biological nature. So when we're dealing with this aspect of time, something had to slow down in order for us to exist. So when we deal with astrology, when we deal with these aspects of our birth time, your birth chart, your birthday, this is like X marks the spot. All right. Now, we lose our connection with this power of time, when we lose our connection with who we are, when we lose our connection with nature, right? This is almost being disjointed. This is us being disconnected from the power of the body. So this is us not being at home in the body. This is why we can feel so sped up by other people's aspect of what we call time. Now, this also equates to when we deal with the days of the week, right? The months, the years. This is how we know we deal with two different calendar aspects, the Gregorian calendar. All right. So now time, you're very right, Matthew. And now it's a time for us to take our time back. It's a time for us to really get more in tune and dance to the beat of our own drum. All right. So that's what I'm gonna talk about tonight. I'm gonna go into the PDF a little bit, but I just want to kind of set the stage for y'all to really understand what we're gonna be dealing with when we're dealing with these energies. And this is gonna be setting us up for some beautiful miracles that can happen. It's gonna be setting us up for some beautiful things that can really show up because when you deal with Aquarius and you deal with this Plutarian energy and you deal with the power of being present. And when you deal with having faith, and see, this is what I was going to go into just a minute ago. A lot of people have been having to have more faith than ever right now, right? And this is letting you know there's a lot more faith that you have to find in yourself right now and your ability to be able to endure. And this can be very challenging, very, very challenging, but at the same damn time, it's going to be like now when you embrace patience and you embrace this presence and you put the faith with the works, and you know you still been staying the course, you've been doing your due diligence, you've been doing everything in your power to make it happen. Yeah, it's like expect something great to start to come your way. All right, this is what I wanted to speak to just a minute ago. Expect some beautiful things to start to come into your existence, come into your reality.
I'm gonna show you some.
Yes. What's up, Eric? Was you finna share something, Eric? Or was it just come off your mic?
No, I was putting my phone on mute. I apologize.
Okay, now you good, beloved. Peace, peace, peace. Now it's a beautiful time for us to really look forward to something great. All right. So let me get this EDF. I mean this P. I said PDF. Let me get this PDF pulled up, y'all, real quick. So how many of you? Let me see here. I just had this thing.
Sensei, why you pulling that PDF up? Would you say
Mhm.
there are different levels of love, or would you say, because you know how somebody would say, I only love you just a little bit, you know? Can you get, yeah, I'm in love, or I love you, but I'm not in love with you. Can you put love in categories, or is
Yeah.
it, I mean,
No, I love it. Ha, you heard that. You heard how I did that. I love it. You see how I just categorize love, right? See, it's a trip because that's a beautiful question. And this is when, even in our personal experiences, right? Let's just go back to the first time we ever thought about being in love. You know what I'm saying? And how you couldn't even explain it, right? You didn't even know what the hell it was. Somebody just told you that this was love. This is what you feeling. This is love. This is why it's unexplainable. It's like it's consumes you, right? And then you begin to think about it, and now somebody else had to spark it. Now, when this love is something that's devoid of, I would say, the nurturing, the things that you didn't get as a child, the things you didn't receive, right? And when that love is becoming something that's operating in your head and it's not in your heart, meaning that the expectation, it's just me, the difference, all right? So the simplicity of it is this for me. There's two different ways love can operate in the dynamics of our being. All right. It can operate in your head and it can operate in your heart. Okay. When love is operating in somebody's head, which is basically the majority of where we are as a humanity, right? Because everybody got their own connections, their own needs, their own desires, their own wants. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the matters of love, right? So this love becomes conditional. It becomes contractual, right? Now, when you deal with somebody saying that they love you or you love them, this can be based off of what? They felt some type of way. You know what I'm saying? So when you make somebody feel some type of way, this can tell you that now they couldn't explain the feeling, so they said that they love you, right? Now, when this love becomes something that becomes bitter, because this love is in the person's head, and now all that love has turned into, you know, it's just like when you say you love something and you watch it and then you finally get it. Now you got to spend every day with it. Now you got to be around it when it's shit. You got to be around it when it's doing shit that you don't like. You see, now you're learning something in love. So love becomes this experience where I say two people, it takes two people to love. So when you truly rooted in the aspect of allowing somebody else to show you what it is that you are learning to remove as you're falling in love, instead of saying that they're doing things that I don't like, the love is not operating in your head, it's operating in your heart. Now, for a lot of people, they operate like that, but in an aspect of self-sacrifice. Because you've been giving so many parts of this yourself to other people and just been giving parts of your love, and you just become a doormat. And now this is when people say the narcissist and the codependent start to exist. Well, there is an aspect of you that never learned how to speak up for yourself. You became tolerant in some type of way. So all these lessons that can be in so many different levels of love on where we are within loving who? Ourselves. And these self-realizations, these self-actualizations and love can come through breakups. Now the fairy tale get broke the fuck up. Now, this can even come with a love of your car, a love of your job, a love of any goddamn thing. Because once you realize you can't control it, what you gonna do then? Because that's basically what happens. Even with our children, you can't control when your car break down. You can't control the people at the job. You can't control if the job needs you. You can't control what your husband gonna do. You can't control none of this. So love, when it's no longer reactionary, when love becomes a response. See, this is when I tell people love ain't what you do, is who you're becoming, it's who you can become. But for a lot of people, love is just what they're doing. And that sounds real good. So a lot of people can act like they love. They can do things in the name of love. People can fuck you up in the name of love. I done seen people kill in the name of love. I done seen people kill themselves and then kill the other person in the name of love. So when you deal with this love, when it's attached to her, you in trouble. See, this is what the removal of for me on the just on the simplest level. Now, when you get up in here, it can go in so many different directions, Denise, because I don't know what you've been connected to. I don't know what traumas you've experienced in love. I don't know what somebody that you thought loved you did to you that hurt you. I don't know what the people that you thought that loved you, how they didn't protect you, how they did protect you. I don't know what experiences you had in love that makes you show up the way you do. So this is why love requires more of a presence. And this is why love requires a commitment. It requires a willingness. Everybody ain't ready for that. But in this reality, we romanticize love. And then this love becomes a craving. And then this is why I say that most people don't love, they crave. This is why they say love ain't grass ain't green on the other side, all this good shit, right? Well, they say the grass is greener where you water it. Well, how many times you gonna be watering everybody's grass instead of watering your own grass? Because the grass is green and the heart chakra is green. Now you know why your heart becomes so heavy in the matters of love. And we be so bitter and not better. Now you're not understanding that I am love. This is why I be so loving. This is why I give so much of myself, because I know what love takes. This is why women go through the shit that they go through. And this is why men be like, y'all too emotional. And this is why men don't feel, we think love. And then men like to act on love. Women like to be in love. See, major difference. Major difference. Because when a man is acting in love, now the polarity is flipped. Now women won't act, they want to act in love. It's like, you know, it ain't about the feeling of love no more. Everything is about what you can do for me. Even to the point to where this is the power struggle. This is what it is. Because that power struggle is now people saying, you know what, I gotta find love, and you gotta soften me up. Women are saying you gotta soften me up to get my love. This is how hardened women have become. It ain't nobody's fault but society. That's who I blame it on. So I ain't got time to be saying it's a man and woman thing. It's a societal thing. It's control. It's a manipulation. It's a removal of nature. And it's a woman thinking that power is something that she ever had to give up or somebody could ever take. The power has always been in the feminine. And you know, this is why when men talk like this, brothers say you beta. But I'm saying I know the power's in my feminine too. Because without my ability to feel, I won't know what love is and I won't ever be able to taste it. So this is why we can go through levels in love, beloved. And this is why we go through that level of love. And I say love is like an escalator because of that. But what happens is you start putting other people along the way on the ride. What you think that's going to do? Is that going to slow you down or speed you up? So people are always, you know, we can jump into things because we passionate and because it felt good. It's just like you wanted to, you know, you saw penguins on TV or you fell in love with them and you brought it home and you didn't realize that they shit all through the house. You hear what I'm saying? But you still love it, right? So this is when we say that the conditions around love or unconditional love is what we're seeking. And I say that's not what we're seeking, because in the aspect of when somebody shows you who they are, when somebody cheats on you per se, when somebody does something that you don't agree with, when somebody makes you feel some type of way, can you still love them? Will your love still be there? Or will you throw away 20 years of a relationship with somebody then because based off society saying that you shouldn't be with them? Or is this a boundary that you need to set? You see how the conflicts can come? So when love is devoid of something that you are in control of, because you don't want your emotions controlling you. So when love is something that you become, when love is not what you do, when it's who you are, you willingly do shit because you love. You don't look for a goddamn thing in return. I love you because it's who I am and it's what I do. Your ability, your capacity to love me back is always going to fail in comparison to the love that I have to give. So are you willing to be that though? See, now this is a commitment. Now this is a willing choice. So this is where we at. This is why a lot of people breaking up, Denise. I'm gonna just tell you straight up. Because a lot of people having to sit, this is the cosmos at work. A lot of people really having to sit with themselves and say, this is what I really want. Do I really want to keep giving myself to somebody else? That's what love requires. It's called falling in love. So a lot of us don't know ourselves. A lot of us haven't been free physically. See the freedom. A lot of us haven't been free to be ourselves. Not even since a child. You ain't been free to dress the way you want to. You ain't been free to talk the way you want to. You ain't been free to love the way you want to. You ain't been free to do a goddamn thing. It's been so many restrictions placed on you, and that's why the older we get, the wiser we get, and the more we realize, fuck this shit. And it's not even saying fuck it to love. It's your romanticizing and your aspects and your perspective of love that needs to change. So this is why I say the sweetness of love is something a lot of people won't taste. You know, cause I always say if the world end right now, right, and somebody was to say, hey, you got 24 hours. Is you gonna go spend that with somebody you love, or you gonna go sit in a corner and meditate some goddamn work? I'm just saying. So human nature gonna always gravitate to what feels good. So when you like the hero and the villain, you know what I'm saying? And this goes back to you can't save everybody, you can only save your goddamn self. So, you know, I've seen experiences in love where I've seen people be married for years and then the wife died and then a year later the husband dies, you know? Is this would you call that a beautiful experience in love, or is that tragedy? It's our perspective. I know for me, I would want somebody's death to liberate me, not enchain me, not, you know what I'm saying, enslave me. So love shouldn't be enslavement. But if you become a slave to somebody else willingly, then that's you loving. You see what I'm saying? So to me, love is so deep, and so many people operate on the surface of what we call love. And love is a presence. So when love is truly who you are, and when love is what you become, you'll learn to love the way God does. You know, when God said, you can do no wrong in my eyes, my child.
Then say you said this was just a snippet. You already stepping on people's feet.
I'm
Ouch.
just saying, you ass, you know what I'm saying? Tomorrow, I'm just putting the signs behind it. That's it. Tomorrow, so everything I'm finna do it tonight, but tomorrow I'm putting the signs behind it. That's all that is. I'm gonna put a little something with it tonight, but tomorrow I'm gonna go more in depth into the science of it. You know what I'm saying? And how it's showing up in the cosmos, and not only that, but in our lives. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, beloved, I hope that helps you out with it's just my perspective on love. But the crazy thing about love, or the beautiful thing about love, depends on how you see it. If I was to ask out there to some people in this zone right now what is love to them, everybody gonna have a different explanation. This proves to me one thing: love is the sweetness of your emotions. I don't know what your emotions can become sweet on. So people will have many definitions of what is love, because a lot of things can light people up. So whatever sparks you, that's what brings you love. How long that love lasts, I don't know. Who was that?
Travis, music song "Love" is a prime example of what you talking about to me.
Oh yeah, beautiful song.
Music Soul Child, his
Mm-hmm.
song "Love,"
Yeah,
yeah, that's deep.
yeah. No, beautiful. That's a beautiful song too. Who else was that? Was that you, Willie? I see Willie up in here, man. Peace, bro. What's going on, brother?
Man, now I talk to. You can hear me?
Yes, sir. I hear you, brother.
Oh, I'm in here, man. It's been a long time, ain't it?
Yes, sir, man. Good to see you. Good to hear you, brother.
Yeah, it's good to pick up what you putting down, man. Always a pleasure.
Yes, sir, brother. Gratitude.
Peace.
Now, this is why, it's why love is a union, man. Love is, this is why when people marry, two become one, and, all that good shit. Like, there's a willingness in love. When it comes to that willingness, a lot of times being willing to say, I'm willing to slow down everything in my life to, add to yours. You know what I'm saying? Like, so a lot of times, the way we've been taught to romanticize this thing about love, it's a huge reason why people can hold on to so much bitterness in their heart, which is why Aries and Libra deal with Venus and Mars is war. Mars is all about being selfish. Mars is your selfish needs in your goddamn relationships. Mars is the I am. So anybody with an Aries, sun sign, moon, rising, you hear what I'm saying? You're always dealing with this type of shit in relationships. Aries are not going to tell you they love you unless they mean that shit. Any Aries in this chat, put a 1 in the chat if you feel what the fuck I'm saying. Ain't no Aries gonna ever tell you they love you if they don't mean that shit. They don't play them type of game. It's just like a child. Think about a child, y'all. Think about the pure. Have you ever told a child? Have you ever seen a child that you didn't know and just said, "I love you" to the child, and the child look at you like, "I don't know what the fuck you is." You would be like, "Damn, that baby." Yes, children don't just run around telling everybody they love them. They got a lot of love to give. But when the child knows the power of the words "I love you," they don't say that shit to everybody. They don't. I'm telling you, this is childlike. So sometimes we can become play with this energy. We can become so many ways. And this is why "I love you" can be a spell. And this is why some people will hurt you when they say that they love you. You understand what I'm saying? Some people will hurt you when they say that they love you. All right. So I really wanted to bring that up. All right. Hold on right quick. What's going on?
Ask
Right.
some,
Hmm?
can I ask you something after
Sure. What's up,
you're
bro?
done with that? Can you like break down the Pisces part?
You say the Pisces part?
Yeah.
Nah, I love that because Saturn retrograde. I'll be going deeper into this tomorrow night, but I'm gonna give y'all some on the Pisces energy and the influences of it right now. All right.
Okay.
Now, no, you good. Appreciate it, brother. Good shit. Good question. Because Aries is the beginning, Pisces is the end, right? Now, when you deal with this, hold on, y'all. Let me make sure I get this PDF up right in the background because this ain't right here. Now, when you deal with this in the aspect of understanding the power of Aries and the power of Pisces, the beginning and the ending, all right? This shows you that, hold on, this is a power 2 out of 10. Hold on, place 2 out of 10. Pisces deals with unconditional love because Pisces shows us the power of when something has to become undone. All right. You see that? All right. No, look, that's one page right here. See when I swipe that up. Okay, so all these. Okay, so these are the. Okay, so it's going that way. Okay, cool. All right. Now, when you're dealing with Pisces, I had to get this straight in the background, make sure I got y'all good over here. Now, when you're dealing with Pisces, y'all, Pisces, this is why any Pisces people that are in here, let me get to this preview right quick. All right, when you're dealing with any Pisces energy, Pisces is the energy of unconditional love. Like my South Node is Pisces. Now, when you deal with the aspect of let's see where my screen is paused, the screen is sharing. Okay, cool. All right, can y'all see my screen?
There's nothing there, Sensei.
All right, hold on. What is saying here? My screen is paused. Why is it paused?
It says loading.
Okay, that's what it says, loading. Okay, I'm gonna let it load. But when you deal with the energy of Pisces, um, Pisces is such a undoing. Even if you look at the season of Pisces, what happened during Pisces season? We coming out of the most cold time. We coming right out of the winter. We're coming right into the aspects of the spring, right? So it's taking us right into when things begin to thaw out. Pisces is in the scripture when it says we are but a mist. Pisces is the 12th house and it deals with where everything is hidden. It's your hidden enemies. Pisces is also your gifts. Pisces is also the place to where your beliefs. Pisces is the house of spirituality. Pisces is the psychics. Pisces is omnikinesis. Pisces is where the age of belief and all that good shit was born. Community and butterflies and everybody just going with the flow. That's Pisces, all right? So when you bring this into an aspect of a loving, and now when you bring this into an aspect of what we know as a retrograde energy, which is kind of what we're dealing with Saturn and Pisces in retrograde and Neptune and Pisces in retrograde, this brings in an undoing because Saturn is the ruler of our memory. It is also our authority. Saturn is also that place to where we find our place to say, you know what? I deserve everything that my heart desires. I deserve to have what is mine. Saturn is that authority. Saturn is also where miracles can happen. Saturn is saying, once you got all your stuff together, I got you. Pisces is going to deal with the aspect of the subconscious mind. Now, when you bring this into the matters of love, people with Pisces influences, they always seeing the good or the God in every goddamn body. They will love you unconditionally. You can show Pisces people the worst in you and they'll love you anyway. Pisces can have a propensity to saying yes to things that their heart might not always be into because they are so empathetic. They are so caring. They the highest sign of water. You know what I'm saying? Now, when you bring this into what's going on in the cosmos, you're going to deal with all the old belief systems, all the old ways of loving and being connected to other people and codependencies and not trusting your own emotions, not trusting your intuition. When Pisces comes in, this is your 1111, your 222s, your 1212s, right? Pisces is where the spiritual realm speaks to you. Pisces is the essence of where the third eye comes alive. All right. So that's why I wasn't tripping on you asking that question, because I'm going deep in Pisces tomorrow night. All right. Because Pisces is going to be the essence of what we deal with Neptune and energy. You know what I'm saying? And Neptune is the doorway into the unseen. And you can't always see that. You can feel that. Any people who I deal with children, I call them star seeds, children with gifts. Sometimes I have children that see spirits. Sometimes I have children that feel them. Even certain people that I deal with in my Reiki and stuff like that, some people can see an energy field, some people feel it, some people smell. It's just so many different ways we can acquiesce to that energy once that door open. But Pisces is where we don't allow any conditions outside of us to control us, because we got the highest belief and the highest sense of surrender into knowing that everything that we need will always come to us. Pisces lets us know that all of your needs will always be met. Pisces lets you know that there is no separation between the spiritual and the material. That's why Aries and Pisces and the relationships that we deal with can be such a wake up. Any illusion that you find yourself in and you gotta break free from that, that's Neptunian energy. Then Pluto can come along and do other things to cause certain things to happen in your life. And this is when you see, even with like right now, Puffy has a Pluto transit. And he has Pluto transiting in his fifth house, the house of Leo, the house of pleasure. So I'm just telling you, like, so he got certain things right now that's going to illuminate certain things that he thought was hidden. So this can happen in a lot of our lives. It's happening in America. America is going through a trans-Pluto energy right now. All right. America has a Pluto return. All right. United States is revamping their finances, the real estate market. They redoing every goddamn thing. And they're using the people to do it. And they're using the power of creating illusions and using your vote to expect your voltage, right? Which is a whole nother spell within itself. And this is why they do this time of the year. All right. So Piscean energy is basically when we deal with going into the unseen parts of ourselves and how we gotta deal with our escapisms. Pisces can deal with the hospitals, the needles. Um, Pisces is nurses in the hospitals. Pisces can deal with the vaccines that we deal with. So we've been seeing a lot of Piscean energy at play. So now gratitude for asking about the energy of Pisces, my brother. Now, I'm going to the PDF. Now, the
That was
Hunters Full Moon. What you say? Go ahead.
good. That was deep, man, and a lot of it resonates with me, man. Like because I when you talk about nurses and like needles and stuff, like I mean, I had a long addiction, bro. Like to some bad stuff. I don't really want to get too deep in it because I'm not my past self. But everything that you said is just yeah, it's real. It's cool hearing it from your side.
Now, gratitude for your experience, brother, because that's what Pisces is. It's like I can look at somebody's Pisces placement, your 12 house placements, your Neptune placements, and Neptune is a generational planet. So some of the things that we deal with when we deal with alcoholism, any escapism, we could have watched somebody do it, somebody before us did it. So certain things can be handed down through memory, and they can tell you that it's genetics, but it's basically memory that's at play. So a lot of these subconscious things that come into play, And this is why the subconscious have been illuminated with the Neptune and Gemini. I mean, the Neptune retrograde in Pisces, with also Saturn retrograde in Pisces. This is an access into the memory. All this
Yeah.
is the doorway. People's dreams are going to be illuminated right now. Neptune rules storms, right? Pluto rules over any major catastrophic events that happen. It's in Capricorn, which rules the earth, right? So you also deal with Neptune, which deals with the darkness. We're dealing with the equilibrium of the fall. The fall deals with the equinox, which deals with the equal time of sun, the equal time of night. This is going to deal with melatonin and serotonin levels, so your sleep cycles could be affected. Your dreams could be increasing. Your visualization could be increasing. A lot of people could not be sleeping between 3 and 6 o'clock in the morning, waking up in the morning. Jupiter just went into retrograde. It's going to be a more meditative time. All right. So it's a lot of stuff going to be happening right now, y'all, within the cosmos. So I really wanted to do these Zooms for y'all really understanding what you're feeling. You're not crazy. You ain't tripping. And if you are feeling or resonating with any of this, stay on your course, stay on your path. I promise you, things are about to come wide open for you, especially in the month of October as we go into Scorpio season. Now, tomorrow night, I'll be talking about Scorpio season and some of the events that'll be to come, because Scorpio is going to bring this ultimate rebirth. It's like we're being prepped now in this full moon energy, all right, with this super blood moon. And this is going to deal with represent a culmination of the clarity and emotional release. And it illuminates the personal desires and challenges to balance self-assertion with needs of others. You see how the Libra Aries come into play with the needs of others? Now, how can you focus on the needs of others when you need to be focused on your goddamn self? This is why a lot of people been leaving relationships, because they realize I ain't got time to be focusing on nobody else. I need to be focused on me. So you got to be honest with yourself. Now, I tell people, because I do relationship counseling and all that, two people can heal together. You just got to be willing to own your own shit in a relationship. You got to be willing to, as a woman, I like to tell women, you got to be willing to take your burdens away from that man. And as a man, you got to be willing to be the change you seek to see in that woman. Both of y'all basically got to be the change y'all seek to see in each other. But at this point, a lot of relationships are going to need to be revisited. When you deal with Libra, a lot of people are going to realize most of your relationships are better off as a business relationship than it might be. Y'all may be better off as business partners than you are lovers. A lot of y'all might be better off as lovers than you are at business. You get what I'm saying? Like, you're going to have to find a healthy balance. A lot of people could be revisiting the dynamics of how they got together in their relationships, because you revisit the dynamic of the relationship that you have with yourself. You should be. Like, and if you're not, that means you done the work and you know who you are, you operate in your full authenticity, and you're not running around here playing no games. You know what I'm saying? Like, now, okay, well, you done some good shit, you know. So welcome to the club, goddammit. Okay. Now, the supermoon deals with being closer to the earth. All right. This is what occurs with a supermoon. The blood moon is when it appears larger and making it brighter. Blood moon is a total lunar eclipse. All right. So when you deal with that lunar eclipse, you're going to deal with a conjunction, a square between Pluto and the South Node. There's going to be some things going on that's going to make that moon look bloody. And it can also deal with Mars energy, because Mars is red. All right. So now, when you deal with this relationship dynamic and how this plays out, it's going to bring up emotional old patterns, especially those related to independence and assertiveness, come to the surface for release. Action versus reflection is going to be going on. The Aries pushes for immediate action, while the full moon encourages reflection on how you can balance self with others, and particularly in relationships. So this full moon is going to be like, I know want to do some things for myself, but how is it going to make other people feel? That's Cancerian, right? Like, it's like, I know I want to do this, but if you still thinking about just you, because the whole road to being selfish leads up to being selfless. Everything ain't about you. And one of the true things I've learned, even for my own goddamn self, when you come to change and embrace that you're not the same person that you once were, you having to let some people know that in your life, you having to let some people know that you love, that you care for, that I'm not who you thought I was. I'm not feeling this, I'm not with this. Like, when that changes and you have to sit down and have some real, honest, hard relationships, that's very challenging for people. So this can be where a lot of people at, but the main place you're gonna be at with this is within yourself, because the longest relationship you're gonna have is with your goddamn self. It's gonna be a good time to show courage and leadership, because a lot of y'all may have to take some bold steps. And when you taking that bold step toward the goal, this the inner warrior, baby. But I don't know what you're going to go hunt. You gotta address these fears head on. I don't know what it is in your heart that you truly want to do, and you having these realizations that certain things, certain people, certain places, certain whatever thought forms in your own psychological shit is holding you back. And you gotta have the courage to push through that shit. That means you're gonna have to do it unknowing. And I'm gonna tell you, when true love takes over fear, and when you do something, when it asks, because people say fear is false illusion, pure and real, right? When you turn fear into something, when you alchemize fear, it becomes excitement. You know how you get them butterflies in your stomach when you fall in love, right? Anybody ever play sports or anything, you know you finna go in front of the crowd and speak or whatever the case may be, them butterfly, that fear becomes excitement. You know, I'm excited, y'all feel good. This you're present. So it's not really fear, but it's your perspective of it. It's your illusion around it. It's the way you think people gonna think about you and how they feel about you. Aries rules the face. I don't look good enough. I ain't got my hair cut. I don't got the right thing. Libra rules the fashion. I ain't got the right clothes. Libra rules the finance. My money ain't right. You see how all these things could be stopping you and you got to do it any goddamn way? You know, some of the best people that we've seen, these success stories. I slept in my car. I went through it broke. I did this, did that. I got some people in this room who I've connected with, who I know damn well done pushed through some moments because they had the courage to take some real leadership in the matters of their own life, and they had to do it in their relationships, and they benefited from that. So this can have some yield, some beautiful results if you got the willingness to make it happen. All right. So it's gonna have an impact on jobs and the body. And this Aries focuses on the self, which can create tension in relationships. Expect confrontations and breakthroughs where individuals must balance independence with cooperation, not competition. See, cooperation, not competition. I'm not in competition with you. All this 50-50 shit and all that shit, you know, and all that, because right now, you know, in these everybody, I know it's a lot of relationship talking. Y'all don't hear me talk about a bunch of this shit, because a bunch of people on the surface, and I don't got time to be operating on the surface because too much chaos there. And that's why y'all seeing so many people argue. Men are upset because they don't know their own femininity. They don't have respect for their own bodies, their own fucking emotions. So women are wondering why they ain't got no respect for them. They don't respect their own fucking femininity, let alone their mamas, let alone probably their sisters. You know what I'm saying? Like, so a lot of these men have a hard time dealing with their own logic, you know, and now you want them to feel some shit when they've been trained the conditions not to do that. And you wonder why it's a struggle. And a lot of women have been trying to think they right about every goddamn thing about what they feel and not listening to what this man is saying. He's telling you the truth, and you ain't got to think too deep. The simple shit is what he's saying is what it is. I'm telling you. And if he's lying and you don't think that he's telling the truth, trust that, and it will be revealed to you every time. So this is a lot of times when we don't meet certain shit with competition, and we're able to say, you know what I felt and what I thought maybe was wrong. Maybe it was rooted in my own insecurities. Maybe it was me. Maybe it was something that I thought you said. Maybe it was something I felt. Maybe it was me. Like, if we actually had these type of conversation in relationship, and I'm telling you, it's been very dynamic to my growth, my development, my ascension, my awareness of self, being able to be a change I seek to see, being able to have conversations and be true and authentic about what it is you're feeling. You know, it can be challenging when you're operating in an aspect of being an imposter and lying and deceiving, because you've been used to lying to your goddamn self, because you don't want to tell nobody the truth, because you don't want nobody to know who you really are. And so many different things are perpetuated in your life because of that. All right. So partnerships may feel strained due to a need for personal space and autonomy. I don't know how many of y'all are in relationships and there's a strain due to you feeling like you need your personal space and your autonomy, making it important to practice open communication and patience. Everything ain't about you. Just cause you want to be by yourself don't mean that somebody else gonna be over here like, damn, what about me? Yes, it's both things gonna be true at the same damn time. Are you willing and are you ready to communicate and be patient as you allow yourself to communicate from a more honest and authentic place? And that's gonna change some shit. Some shit ain't gonna feel right. Some shit gonna be in, but it's like, can you have these conversations still say, baby, what you want to eat? Baby, you good? You need something, or you gonna go to sleep mad and shit, right? See, all that going to bed with shit on your heart, and you laying next to somebody that you say you love, and or you ain't called them, and you mad at them, and you done blocked them, and see all this right here. I'm gonna tell you right now, all these are matters of the heart. And you think it's in your head, but it's in your heart. I'm good. I ain't feeling nothing. I'm good. I'm good. Oh, bitch ain't shit. I don't give a damn. Fuck that bitch. Okay, yeah, I bet. The more you talk about it, the more you feed it. So, I'm just telling you how energy work, not how your thoughts work. Because your mind is tricky and a motherfucker, but your heart always knows, okay? So the sun in Aries is going to amplify ego issues, essential to working on balance, desires for freedom with empathy. Financial stability is also going to come into play. Aries full moon inspires bold moves, new ventures, and maybe also be strong, impulsivity. They may also be opportunities for financial growth and leadership roles, entrepreneurship efforts, but caution is needed to avoid rash decisions. So yeah, even for me, I'm doing my best not to make no rash decision and do nothing I regret. Stay in the course, you know what I'm saying? Because even myself have been experiencing some of this financial shit because my Chiron is in Taurus and all that good shit. So at the same damn time, I still been remaining loving and present and diligent and all that good shit. So, and I've been remaining honest and authentic. All right. That's just for me and my throat chakra. All right. I don't need no energy over stagnant because I feel like I got something to hide. Because when it come down to it, we all human around this motherfucker. Okay. So don't be afraid to say anything that you may feel ashamed of. A lot of shame can come with this energy. All right. This is all taught, learned behavior. You know. I don't mean you gotta be running around telling everybody your goddamn business, acting like you're a charity case. But at the same damn time, what the fuck can people do about your financial situation when you the one fixing it? All right. Jobs and career. This full moon energizes career pursuits, especially for those in leadership positions or looking to take more control of their professional path. Does somebody want to say something? Was there somebody trying to speak? Okay. All right. Now with these professional paths, now when you're dealing with these career breakthroughs, right? It's ideal time for those. During these eclipses, especially during like this energy, any job or any opportunities that come to you could be a very opportune time. It might not look the way you want it to look, it might not feel the way you want it to feel, but I'm telling you, if it's challenging and it feels like it's something you don't want to do, 9 times out of 10 is what you need to be doing. I'm just telling you, change. You might not like it, but it's there. Okay. So this is also going to be particularly for those who have felt stagnant or need to redefine their purpose. All right. Anytime you deal with eclipses, with the last eclipse we had, then we're going to have another eclipse. This is going to activate the nodes, which is your north and your south node. All right. Now, Aries supports taking charge and initiate new projects or directions, impacts on the body and the third eye. Aries rules the head, so headaches, eye strain, tension on the upper body may be common during this lunar event. The third eye, the ajna chakra, related to intuition, higher consciousness. It is activated under the energy of, particularly on this full moon, focus on the insight of self-awareness. Spiritual practitioners may feel a heightened psychic ability and visions and clarity and purpose at this time. All right. So you might be feeling a lot of different changes at this time, especially when it comes to your business, especially when it comes to certain things that you could be feeling. All right. So if any of this resonates, y'all already know. Y'all can take some notes on the questions that you have or whatever the case may be, and I will answer those and make sure that you do get some clarity before we leave. All right. And I just put my Cash App in the chat for anybody who wants to donate. Cash App Sensei9. If you are feeling generous, I would appreciate any donations. All right. So gratitude once again to you all for your time and energy, and gratitude to the people who will listen in the future on YouTube as well. All right. Now the impacts of the third eye, the Aries rules the head, so headaches, eye strain in the upper body may be common to this lunar event. The third eye, the asthma related to intuition and the higher consciousness, is activated under this energy, particularly with the full moon focus on insight and self-awareness. All right, so that self-awareness is going to be very huge right now. All right, now I'm going to go into these sales outs. All right, These cell salts going to play a huge role in maintaining our physical and our well-being. These cell salts that are connected to Aries and Libra are potassium, phosphate, and sodium. Now, these are brain energies. So any brain fog that y'all been dealing with, all right? Any aspect of feeling like you've been losing your damn memory. You get what I'm saying? Like all that kind of shit, okay? I really want you to understand, get some potassium in you, get some bananas in you. You get what I'm saying? All that good shit. I have some foods at the bottom of the PDF and things like that that you can do that can help you out with that as well, all right? But you want to make sure that you feed your brain right now, all right? And also that cell salt dealing with phosphate, it deals with the aspect of the cell salts in the nervous system and mental clarity, emotional resilience, because it helps to regulate cortisol levels, okay? This is critical for maintaining a sharp mind. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. You know, y'all know I'm from the streets now, so don't y'all trip the fuck out, because y'all know what I'm finna talk about. Y'all know how many people hooked on Adderalls right now? I want y'all to put a 3 in the chat if y'all are aware of how many people are hooked on Adderalls, okay? All right? How many people do y'all know? How many of y'all might be taking some Adderalls right now? But I'm just telling you what's going on now, all right? So I'm just telling you what your brain is crying out for. So if you feed your brain these things, okay, you will be fine, all right? So all the adrenaline, this is why a lot of people on ashwagandha, all right? This is going to deal with B12 levels. Now, I'll be talking about a lot of this more in depth tomorrow night, okay? But this is going to be B12 levels and all that kind of shit. This is brain activity. Now, ginkgo biloba, all these things are very excellent for this, okay? So be mindful of this brain activity. Now, also, when you deal with this, the short mind, reducing stress, preventing burnout. I don't know how many people dealing with burnout right now. I'm telling you, I'm just telling y'all how the cosmos is cosmosing, all right? I'm just a messenger. I'm just being a light path for living right now. That's it, okay? Don't even think about me as sensei right now. Just think about me as a light path for living. No, I'm just fucking with y'all. But spiritually, phosphate, it helps to strengthen the willpower and the servant is needed for self-mastery and spiritual courage. Qualities that Aries energy embodies. Naturally juiced up, naturally just hype, naturally just ready to do whatever. Why do you think Aries rules first responders? Aries rules the paramedics, the people that are running there and save your ass first. Whatever mentality you got in there to run and save somebody first, that energy right there is dying. I guarantee you, I don't know how many of y'all put a 7 in the chat. If that energy, I don't care if it's your children, who all that trying to run in there to save somebody, the energy right there, that shit is dying. Like I ain't trying to run to save no goddamn body. I ain't trying to run in there and save nobody right now. They'll be all right. Even if you battling with that energy right now, I guarantee you, all right, you're gonna be dealing with the physical shit that come with it. I'm just telling you how it go. All right, just telling you how it go. Now, when you deal with nat phosphate and Libra, this is going to also deal with acidity and alkalinity. Now, in the body playing a role in digestion and cellular health and emotional balance. Spiritually, nat phosphate supports inner harmony and it helps to dissolve tension in the relationship by promoting peace and fairness, key qualities of Libra. Now, you got to understand your cells, inflammation, y'all. When the cells are inflamed, think about this word, y'all. Inflamed. Inflamed. Something is on fire. When the cells are on fire, hemoglobin is off, white blood cells are off, red blood cells are off. Certain activity, women walking around with lupus, fibromyalgia, fibroids, cyst, all these different things to where the emotional, the stress, the cortisol, the pH imbalances, all this is related to me not focusing on my goddamn self and now my inner harmony is off. I'll just tell you how the shit go. It starts as an energy and then it manifests itself as a dis-ease. It's just how it go, y'all. Okay? Now, this is time to help dissolve that tension because inner harmony is needed when you deal with tension. This is high blood pressure, hypertension, okay? Tension, any tension you could think of. I don't know how many of y'all having tension in your relationships. It's hard to dissolve that shit. You need more harmony in that area. I don't know if goddamn me some more nat phosphate to help you out there. You're gonna need to talk about some shit and move some energy on that one, okay? You might need to hire me and get you a couple of sessions in and might get yourself together there, all right? But the combination of these salts during this full moon is significant. The assertiveness and the boldness of Aries and polyphosphate must be balanced with the harmony and equilibrium of the Libra, nat phosphate, to maintain physical health and emotional balance. This is why a lot of people emotion dysregulated. They mineral deficient. And y'all argue with motherfuckers and shit. I'm just telling you, I ain't got time. You think I got time to argue with a mineral deficient ass person? What you think it's gonna be? Like I heard it all the time. They can't remember what they just said. You in a whole argument and you don't even remember why you arguing. You're in a whole argument and you repeating yourself. I'm telling you, it's mineral deficiencies. How many of y'all be in an argument with somebody and all they do is repeat themselves? He just said the same thing. She just said the same shit. You want to know why? There's mineral deficiencies going on around here, and people not fully aware of what's coming out of their mouth. They just not aware. You think I'm gonna argue with that? I would suggest you don't argue with that. Even if you realize you're that person, I suggest that you practice more silence. That'll help you out a lot. Learning when to shut the fuck up. Because you got two ears and one mouth for a goddamn reason. And you ain't gonna have no harmony trying to talk all the goddamn time if you can't remember what you just said or you don't even remember why you mad. I'm just saying, I learned I'm not gonna feed anger. When you understand this, anger is a choice. All that frustration, you got hot-headed Aries. You got all hot-headed, now your blood boiling and shit. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm just telling you. And you going through this in your home, and you wonder why shit is imbalanced. I'm gonna see if my lemon.
I don't know about my home, but I know I feel this every day in my ER.
Look, I'm glad you said that, bro, because now it's at work. You see? Because it's like the outside part, we can't change none of that. Because even if it's at home or at work, it's still a relationship. It's my relationship with something outside of me, right? And then
send the social worker in there, go talk to these people.
Yeah, brother. So I appreciate that because you brought in work, and that's Libra, man. That's still Libra, you know? And it's like all that tension we can feel at work, and it's fucking with our inner harmony. You really don't want to be in this job in a goddamn way. Well, you was already out of disharmony. But we do it because we got to pay our bills. We do it because we feel a sense of obligation. We do it for so many other things. And our whole body has been saying no to this shit. Your whole chemicals having a whole reaction, and you can't regulate it. You know, I don't know how to regulate it. Now I'm in work. Now I'm gotta go to a motherfucking happy hour. now I gotta go out of work and smoke me a blunt. Now I gotta run to the car, hit me a joint, hit me a cigarette, something. You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta do something to regulate this nervous system. So this is why it's very key. What you finna say, brother?
Or a tincture.
Yeah, a tincture, or a quick tincture under the tongue. You understand? I'm telling you, hear me? Shit, now they on laughing gas. Now they on nitrous. Shit, man. Listen, it's so many things that we can do to escape from something that it's still gonna be there even when we dead. So this is dealing with how we gotta really understand the only thing we can't control is the conditions that we have internally, how we regulate this nervous system. So me giving you this awareness, now you know what to do when you feel out of inner harmony. All right. You might not always have a banana or some shit to reach for, right?
I learned I'm gonna look for my fellow Aries at work and tell them to go run in that fire. I'm just gonna observe.
Just gonna watch them. Sound like some typical Libra shit. And then judge them afterward. You know what? You shouldn't have done it that way. I would have did it this way. You know what I'm saying? Nah, it's beautiful. Now, the combination of these cell cells during this full moon is significant. The assertiveness of the boldness of Aries, right? It must be balanced with the harmony and equilibrium and the balance of Libra to maintain a physical health and emotional balance. This is the key to grounding energy required for current spiritual awakening. A lot of people just need to be more grounded right now, all right? And that could be in a lot of different ways for a lot of different people. So helping individuals navigate transformation without becoming overwhelmed. This is one of the main reasons why I want to do this Zoom. All right. Of course, I would love for you all to join the paid Zoom tomorrow night. But if all of you can't make it, I want to be able to give you something. All right. And once again, the paid Zoom tomorrow night is 88. And y'all, it's just a glimpse now, okay? Now, when we're dealing with the impact of this energy, the spiritual awakening, the role of Aries and Libra, all right, this is going to be dealing with that. This is also occurring across the globe, and the shifts and the lines with this energy of what we know as our own individuality, all right, which is very dynamic. So the collective shifts between individual power, Aries, collective harmony, all right, because now, once you got the relationship with yourself down, there should be no way you cannot integrate. Aries, the power I am. Now, when you step into a relationship with somebody, I am what's needed. It ain't about me no more. What you need, baby? What you need, baby? You ain't ate today. You hungry? Or you didn't cook? Don't worry about it. You must didn't feel like it. What you need? What you good? You okay? You see, and it's the harmony now. You think I'm worried about it now? Like, no. See, we naturally can do this, but if you're looking for some, it's just not your individual power anymore. You gave it to somebody else, right? So I know, you got to know who you are in love. You got to know what you bring in love. That's your power. When you get me in love, I know what I'm bringing. We got to know what somebody get when they get you in love. Stand on that. All right. That's going to bring more harmony than it will discord at any time. I promise you that. And that's why there's nothing wrong when you've given love and more love. I tell people the next thing to do is practice distance. Love something enough to let it go. And sometimes you got to love people enough to do something for their ass they demons won't do. Leave their ass alone. Okay. So the emphasis on personal autonomy or areas of spiritual development requires us to first understand our individual desires, needs, and strengths, then move towards equilibrium with the collective Libra. All right. Jupiter retrograde in Gemini in the seventh house, which is going to be in the house of relationships. All right, I want to touch on this, of course, in this Zoom, because this is going to be very huge for marriages and Sagittarian energy. All right, all those expansions, your perspectives, your thought forms, the mundane, your duality, your jobs is very huge with this retrograde energy playing out with this. All right, I'll be going deeper into this tomorrow night, and I'll be talking about how it could affect each zodiac sign based off your moon and based off your north nodes as well. All right, so it'll be a lot more in the PDFs for you to have to compare to your own birth chart. If you would plan to attend tomorrow night, you can look forward to that. Now, Jupiter retrograde in Gemini in the seventh house during this time brings introspective, intellectual energy to relationships and social dynamics. Jupiter representation represents expansion, while Gemini governs communication, thought process, and duality. The seventh house relates to partnerships, contracts, and how we relate to others. Okay, this retrograde. I'm gonna tell you this about Jupiter. If you pay attention to what's going on with conversations, Jupiter deals with philosophies. It deals with systems. It deals with the jail systems. It also deals with colleges. All right. Gemini deals with chatter, gossip, right brain, Mercury, curiosity, the information we gather. Jupiter is how you teach it. Jupiter is slowing down, all right, and it's doing that in the aspects of the things that we're talking about, but it's going to influence how we talk about things around religion, philosophy, relationships, money, finances, the relationship dynamics of duality, how somebody's being truthful. You could even watch a lot of truths being revealed right now with Jupiter retrograde. A lot of things about people haven't been wanting to say, but now they're going to say it. Like if you really listen to what people are talking about and how they're talking, you're hearing a lot of Jupiter retrograde energy and Gemini playing out. Like you can hear a lot of religion. People are trying to go past the thoughts of religion and embrace it with some spiritual context, which is Jupiter rules Sagittarius, which is the guru. Jupiter is also the ancient ruler of Pisces. So you see how spiritual Jupiter is? Jupiter is also the planet of, it amplifies everything the sun does. And that's because the Jupiter deals with 12-year cycles and the sun deals with 10-year cycles. And Jupiter trails the sun. And every messenger, every messiah throughout history, I'm talking about from all the way from Jesus to Muhammad to Krishna to Buddha, all of them, Rama, all these are tied to Jupiterian energy, all right? Because the messenger planet of the guru, okay? So this is why Jupiter and Gemini are oppositions. And when you have two oppositions together in a retrograde, there's an opportunity to learn 360 degrees of knowledge if you're willing to change your perspective, Jupiter, and gather new ways of thinking, Gemini. And this might be happening in the areas of your relationships, finances, contracts, all those things related to seventh house. Like I said, tomorrow night, I'll be going more deeper into this, but I do have some things to touch on with this tonight. This retrograde urges a reassessment of communication patterns within relationships, asking individuals to be mindful of how they express their needs and ideas. I'm going to repeat this one more time. This retrograde urges a reassessment of communication patterns within relationships, asking individuals to be mindful of how they express their needs and ideas. You expressing your needs and ideas might not have nothing to do with the person you with. It might not have nothing to do with the job you going to every goddamn day. It might be totally different from what it is you're experiencing. But if you don't have the courage, going back up here, to take leadership of your own life and make some bold steps, you're going to go back to a comfort zone. And it's going to leave you in a place of discord and disharmony. All right? And inattention. It ain't going to go nowhere. And now you got to change your perspective of what you're doing. Because you can't change whatever it is. So if you're not willing to change your perspective of it, it's like you willingly just going in hell. And I'll just go on, send me that fucking. I'm just suffering for the rest of my life, fucking, because I think this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And I just want to be a good person and I want to get to heaven. Or I don't want nobody to look at me a certain way. I want the world to see me as a martyr. And all this is Mars. I'm just telling you how the shit work, okay? So even I, had to deal with this type of thought process and shit, surviving, moving survival into thriving, okay? Misunderstandings may surface that require more careful dialogue and the development of a clearer, more thoughtful exchanges. I'm gonna tell y'all how y'all gonna watch this play out. I'm in Dallas. I already seen this happening. It's something that's done went viral here in Dallas. A young man just blew another young man's head off in broad daylight with a Draco. I'm talking about stood right in front of him in some apartments in front of everybody and just blew the man's head off with a Draco. And people just recorded it and they sharing it. I'm just telling you where we at. Like, ain't nobody really. I told y'all people to pull out their phone and record your demise before they even have a. Hey man, y'all sure y'all want to do that? Hey man, y'all stop that. Ain't nobody getting nobody business no more. These because they know it's war. They know it's conflict. And nobody want to get shot because they telling somebody don't leave them alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, so people are. I'm just telling y'all where we at. So these misunderstandings, you got to be very mindful. Be mindful of your environment right now. There's a lot of heightened energy, especially with a full moon in Aries. All right. Partnerships may go through phase of renegotiation, where old contracts, both literal and emotional, are reconsidered. There's nothing wrong with that. So have some hard conversations. All right, if that's a beautiful time for you to do that. Okay. Now, this is where I'm going to talk. Now, of course, you'll see some herbs right here for that. The retrograde amplifies mental energy, making it crucial to avoid scattered thoughts and impulsive decisions. Gemini's influence can lead to overthinking and indecision, which is why grounding exercises and the mindful practices are essential during this period. Libra's influence calls for balance in all mental processes, ensuring that fairness and diplomacy are at the forefront of communication. All right, everything about you. Okay, being diplomatic in your speech means that you're revealing. Okay, Jupiter retrograde in Gemini emphasizes nervous system. Gemini rules the lungs, the arms, the nervous system, and Jupiter magnifies this focus. During this time, individuals may experience mental overload, anxiety, or restlessness, making it crucial to focus on nervous system health. All right, I got some herbs in here to support you. Now, if you are on any medication, once again, I am not a doctor, but if you are on any medication, I would suggest that you reach out to your local physician or reach out to a practitioner like myself to get some better advice if you do not know anything about the power of these herbs. All right. Now, I would love to say that also these herbs that I listed don't have a lot of side effects. Okay. And if you're not on any beta blockers or anything like that, even if you're on certain ones, these won't coincide with the beta blockers. Okay. Now, if you got thyroid issues or something like that, then yeah, contact me because you want to be mindful, especially of the ashwagandha and lemon balm, especially if you're having T cell issues. Okay. Throat chakra issues. All right. Breathing exercises, yoga practices that focus on balancing the left and the right hemispheres of the brain, such as alternate nostril breathing, can help. So, of course, the alternate nostril breathing, anybody that's been in my workshops, I've showed you some of those things about breathing through the nose and all that good stuff, all right? So remember, you can tap into those. Jupiter retrogrades open the third eye and the azimuth to deeper spiritual insights and self-reflection. This retrograde period can bring powerful inner realizations, heightened intuition, and ability to see beyond superficial appearances in relationships and life decisions. It's one thing to see beyond it, it's another thing to trust it and move on it. All right? It's one thing to see beyond it, it's another thing to trust it and move on it. Now, anybody got any questions over what I just went over?
Sensei, I got a question.
Talk to
But-
me, bro.
About the third eye, and I just want to know your opinion about something. The other day, I was eating out with my family, and my third eye started burning. And Kim actually felt it. She felt it was like hot in that one area. Is that some type of activation or something, or what do you know about that?
You say you feel some heat coming from it?
Exactly. It was kind of like radiation, sweat, only in about a 2 to 3 inch area, right center of the forehead. Everything else was cool except for that spot. And it was like that for probably what you think, 30 minutes? Maybe 30 minutes at least.
Yeah, that can be a spike in adrenaline. That could be that area of the brain when you deal with heat. Like that is,
Like it almost felt like radiation. It's like it was hitting me in that one area, you know?
yeah. Now that's like what environment were you in, bro?
Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah, ain't no telling what you was picking up on up in there. Because especially when you deal with that, that's a lot of sensitivity around the brain. So clearly your brain could have been picking up on something in that moment, or it could have been having a reaction to that environment. But the third eye is tricky because now you got to be dealing with posture, so many different things. What happened during that day? Was it anything that caused you to have a chemical reaction at that time? But yeah, I would take kind of that whole day into assessment, looking at what you may have done that could have affected you. You know what I'm saying? But when you're dealing with that heat coming from the third eye energy, though, that is an aspect of fluoride, all right? But it's not like a bad thing because fluoride does help clear up certain things and protect the teeth and shit. But when you get a mixture of like chloride and like let's just say adrenaline together, you can get a burning sensation in the brain. So just the chemicals behind it.
Okay. Thanks, Sensei.
Yes, sir, bro. So yeah, I would definitely say some good tensions though of that third eye. Even some of these good meditations and yoga poses can help balance that. Cause you want more of a cooling sensation with the third eye. I'll be going more into that tomorrow night. Now, the moon, full moon in Aries brings a surge of bold, assertive energy that encourages action and independence and leadership. This energy is dynamic but can be impulsive, leading to hasty decisions if not tempered by mindfulness. Meanwhile, Jupiter retrograde in Gemini emphasizes introspection and as a reevaluation of communication, intellectual pursuits, and relationships. Jupiter's influence during its retrograde encourages growth through reflection rather than expansion, leading to a time of deep mental shifts and realizations. All right. So remember, this is just kind of how I want y'all to really be understanding where we are within that energy. All right. Now, I wanted to give a breakdown, of course, dealing with the signs. So y'all heard y'all go right here based off your sun signs, what you could be experiencing, all right, with this Aries full moon, with the sun in Aries. So if your Aries is in the sun sign, Aries is all for all the sun signs, from Aries all the way down to Pisces. This is just a general look, okay? I want to be mindful of that. It's just a general. So even if whatever one of these signs, whichever one of these breakdowns on the general aspect kind of resonates with you, don't think that it's not saying that it's going to impact you in that area. Just because you can have a Leo or Aries sun sign, you might read Leo energy and be like, I'm experiencing that too. Well, that means there's Leo influences somewhere connected to this energy of this full moon, and it's influencing you in this area too. So even if all 12 resonate with you, all right, don't look at it as if you tripping, okay? So I just want y'all to know that, because I know so many people don't identify with their sun signs, and then you might be closed off to other energy. I just want to hear about Taurus. I just want to hear about Gemini. I just want to know. All of them can resonate, okay? So this is her. I'm not gonna go through all of them. As you can read those yourself, but I'll kind of touch on them as well. Kind of the first aspects. All right. Now, as you can see, the full moon is going to directly affect Aries, spotlighting a personal identity and relationships. You can feel energized to take bold actions. You must be mindful of impulsive decisions. As you can see, Jupiter is going to have you examine how to communicate and share your ideas, focusing on refining your thoughts. Then you'll see the kinetic power. So I went ahead and put some superpower energy. This is going to deal with kinetic powers that are connected to all zodiac signs. I'll be talking more deeper into these tomorrow night. But all of you as a sun sign, if you did not know what kinetic power you may have, all right, because you probably never got a reading from me or whatever the case may be, this is what you can be dealing with. This is just one aspect of your kinetic powers, by the way. Your birth chart can have many superpowers, many kinetic powers in it. All right. So this is just one aspect of your kinetic powers and how they can show up in your chart. All right. So I am going to add a kinetic powers aspect to my readings, or just a kinetic powers readings within itself, and it's all inspired by this third eye. So even this information is influencing me. Okay. So I will be having, for those of you who might just want to be interested in your kinetic powers, I will be offering a kinetic power reading based off of your birthday, your life path number, and also your traits in your birth chart. All right. Now, Taurus, you'll be the full moon stirs up unconscious desires, potentially triggered with stress, buried emotions. A good time to focus on releasing what no longer serves you. The Jupiter retrograde is financial matters, share resources, come into focus, reassess your investments, how to communicate your worth. All right, kinetic power, psychokinesis. Gemini, you'll be dealing with, hold on, let me go back. Gemini, you'll be dealing with this full moon will be pushing you is to express your ideas, more confidence. It is time to pursue personal goals, reflect on your words, how they affect others. This Gemini retrograde, especially powerful for you, accepting deep mental introspection, to be mindful of old thought patterns resurfacing and evaluation. I'm gonna tell you, I'm feeling that Taurus and that energy because I have a Taurus stellium, all right, in my sixth house, so I'm feeling both of them. Now, Cancer, my South Node is here. All right, Cancer, the full moon, bringing your public image, pushing you to take bold action in your professional life, reflecting on hidden fears and emotions. Is a powerful time for internal healing and emotional clarity. The kinetic powers, the healing abilities. Cancer is the whole healer of the zodiacs. All right. Leo is the full moon. Desire for adventure, expansion is an ideal time to break out of your routine, pursue new experiences. The retrograde, examine your social networks and your friendships that are surrounding yourself with, or the right influences. Kinetic power, your aura expansion, all right, natural energy field growing. Virgo, full moon emphasizes shared resources with emotional intimacy. It's a time to evaluate and give and take dynamics in your relationships. Jupiter retrograde, deep reflection on your career path is needed. Think about how you communicate your skills and abilities. Kinetic power, analytical abilities, heightened precision and problem solving and intellectual focus. All right, then you got Libra, relationships are heightened. The full moon forces you to confront any imbalances in your partnerships and take action to restore harmony. Jupiter retrograde, reflect on your beliefs and your values, especially in relation to how you communicate and express yourself in partnerships. Scorpio, the full moon. This is my moon, Scorpio. So I'm just telling you, I'm just giving y'all examples on how I'm just relating to it, all right, as well, and things like that. So the full moon highlights to your health and your daily routines, and you feel driven to make changes in your work and your habits, and your personal care, re-examine in intimate relationships and emotional patterns as they play out. You'll be drawn to uncover hidden truths within yourself. All right, kinetic powers, energy transmutation. All right, Remember, that can be sun, moon, rising sign, anything connected to those energies. All right. This is going to impact Sagittarius and creativity and romance, the focal points during this full moon. You may feel inspired to pursue passion or take risks in your personal life. Jupiter retrograde reflects on your communication and relationships that are you truly expressing your heart's desires. Capricorn, home, family are your focus during this full moon. It's time to evaluate your emotional security and create stronger foundations in your personal life. All right, retrograde energy, focus on improving communication with family members, reflect on how past patterns are influencing your present, to rate manifestation, the power for Capricorn, the boss energy, earth shit, all right? Now, Aquarius, the full moon activates your communication in local environment. You may feel driven to take on new learning or engage your community more actively. Deep reflection on your mental patterns is needed. Are your thoughts serving your highest good, or are they limiting your growth? All right. Kinetic power, mental telekinesis. Y'all know there's some mentally strong motherfuckers. Aquarius, sun, moon, risings. All right. Pisces, impact, the full moon brings focus to your personal finances and your self-worth. It is a time to reassess your values and take steps towards your financial independence. Jupiter retrograde reflect on how you communicate your worth. Are you speaking up for yourself in ways that align with your deeper values? Kinetic power is dream manipulation. All right. Now, of course, the kinetic power and the psychic abilities, which are retrograde, opens up protection, opens up a latent psychic and kinetic abilities, especially those related to communication, thought, projection, and mind-body connection. All right. So that's just to give you the aspect of what is connected to these energies. Telepathy is connected to Jupiter and Gemini, enhance the ability to communicate without words, especially in relationships, partnerships, and mental, emotional connection. Now, pay attention to these mental abilities as they're increasing now, okay? And y'all might be with your partners and shit and be like, y'all ain't even saying a lot of words no more. You just connecting with people, or even your friends, people at work. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of this could be playing out. You just connected with people in a certain way on a different vibration at this moment, at this time, okay? Mental telekinesis, heightened mental energy from the Gemini influence allow the potential of mind-matter interaction, especially in problem solving or controlling energy fields. So that's like being able to move things with the mind. There's your metallic, all right? The Metallica, what's his name? In the X-Men, I forgot his name. I'll think his name in a minute. But the one who was always into Professor X. Now, psychic clarity. The full moon in Aries can trigger spontaneous intuitive insights, pushing individuals to trust their gut and take action based on instinct. Remember, trusting your gut, we got to go back to the throat chakra, the workshops before, dealing with the vagus nerve and the heart and the brain coherence. You should be up here by now, all right? Lucid dreaming and dream control with Neptune and Jupiter influence and retrograde energy. Individuals may experience powerful dreams to be able to guide their dreams consciously. It's like knowing you're aware of the dream inside of the dream, lucid dreaming, okay? Minerals connect to these cell sites or these energies in the planetary influence. I want to give y'all some minerals, more breakdown on the minerals, all right, to understand what is happening, all right, more of a simplified way. All right, Aries that supports the brain nervous system. Mineral form is potassium phosphate, helps to maintain and reduce stress. All right, Gemini, Kali, Myrrh, potassium chloride. Nat phosphate is sodium phosphate. Barium phosphate is Pisces, which is oxygenation of the blood, which is dealing with iron levels, focus on iron levels right now, okay? There's a herb called Cucameleka, a couple of herbs, hibiscus is a good one for iron. Yellow dock, be careful with yellow dock because it will strip the blood and also replenish it as well. Blackstrap molasses, so many things for iron, all right, that you can do, but get some iron, get your blood enriched with some iron. And wherever you are, get some good sunlight as long as it's out. I know you might feel like the sun is not out, but I'm telling you, as long as there's daylight out, the sun is out, okay? Well, understanding how these celestial movements affect these zodiac signs, to harness these energies. All right, the harness super full moon, blood moon, Aries time, deep emotional transformation, courageous action, spiritual awakening, The energies of Aries and Libra, along with the powerful influences in retrograde in Gemini, offer the opportunity for balance in self and others, mastering communication and aligning with the deeper spiritual purpose of awakening, unfolding within humanity. Now, it's like I like to say, especially as a Gemini energy, you know, it's like when you truly, excuse me, being a master communicator, always being aware of what people are not saying, and always being a place to not allow something outside of you to corrupt you or the way you show up. There's three things that I live by: being slow to speak, quick to listen, learn to observe without judgment, be the change you seek to see. Those principles have changed the dynamics of my life. They changed my presence with people. They've allowed me to drop my likes and my dislikes. They have made me more aware of my own shit. Now it allows me to be a walking solution. Every problem becomes a possibility. Whenever I'm in a place and there's some shit, cause you know your mind gonna always, I don't like this shit, it don't feel good, whatever the case may be. Whenever I'm around in this situation, I might not like it, or there's somebody doing something I don't agree with, I'll be the change I seek to see. Now, I also give myself permission to change my mind and exit the building, or I practice distance. It's always your choice. See, when you become a master communicator, that means that there is no communication, no conversation that you're not willing to have. You can know when people are insinuating things, you don't got to feed into it, right? Because you don't internalize it. See, this is the epitome when I say fuck them people. This is why I say your ego needs a resurrection. Because you can't get rid of Mars. Everybody's influenced by Mars. You can't get rid of Venus. These influences will be gone. Even when you physically not here, we all will be still sharing in the motherfuckers. So we all sharing in this collective. See, this is what binds us. We can say this is what binds us, and it's also what connects us. Because without these energies, we would not be relatable. Without these energies that draw us to each other's lives, we will not understand that when you meet somebody, you're meeting a whole nother world. Worlds are colliding. A whole birth chart is colliding. Universes meet when you meet people. This is why you got to learn to dance to the beat of somebody else's draw. Everything ain't about you, man. If you don't know the self, you can't drop the self. See, you see why knowing thyself is so real? Because if you drop a false sense of you and it's only a shell of you, all you're going to do is get caught up in what people are going to validate about what you think is you. It's never really you. It's just an accumulation of what you think is you. It's just a belief. It's just an idea. It's just an illusion. And then something comes along, reminds you that you not who the fuck you think you is. But do you got the faith? Do you actually got that strength of, I know who I am and I'm going to stand on this? I don't care what life brings my way. I don't care what comes my way. I'm going to stand fortified because I know who I am and I know what I done put my heart, my mind, my work, my devotion into. It's going to happen. I ain't worried about when, I ain't worried about how. I just know it's going to happen. Everybody think you crazy. They might think you a damn fool. They might think you living in la la land. But it is only in the place of fantasy that you can create your own reality. There's a thin line between being delusional and fantasizing. Because if you fantasizing without no work, if you fantasizing without no faith, faith equates to knowing. I'm going to say that one more time. Faith equates to knowing. Anybody with faith, they just know. It's beyond belief. Faith is beyond belief. So people say, Sensei, you still believe in God? I don't believe in shit. I know God. There's a major difference. You looking for something, I done found it. You looking for something I done touched. You looking for something I done tasted. You looking for something that I have embraced. You looking for something that I have surrendered to. See, you still looking. I done surrendered. I stopped. Hey, You know what I'm looking for now? More experiences as life. That's all I'm seeking now. To experience life as life. Not as an accumulation of shit that I don't like. Not as an accumulation of my thoughts and all that shit is dropped. It shows up. I'm human. But I choose to operate from a higher realm of existence. Do that mean I'm separate from you? How the fuck could it if I've been on this car with you for 2-3 hours? It is impossible. I'm physically here now. You just can't touch me, but you can close your eyes and you can feel me. This presence. So this is a time to cultivate presence. This is a time to cultivate our humanity. This is a time to allow ourselves to really feel the connectivity. This is a time of receptivity. I appreciate everybody. I tell people, people are your soul. People are your soulmates. This ain't just about no penetration. Anybody that have touched me, anybody that have added to my life, anybody I've done over 4,000 readings. I done so many retreats. I done so many Zoom calls. I done so many speaking engagements. I can literally tell you about each moment because they all still with me. Every moment I done spend with each one of y'all on an individual level, even on a collective, is always with me. Let the moments be with you. See, this only gonna happen when you drop your bitterness. This is when you taste love. I'm telling y'all how to taste love. I'm telling you how to taste love. You asked about love in the beginning. I'm telling you how to taste love. You got to drop some shit, man. And a lot of y'all, you know, I'm gonna tell you, for me, my mama had to die. My dad had to die. My grandmama, my brother, I had to lose a lot of shit to make me more present with life, with love. It's my choice. It's your choice. So I don't know if you're in control of that choice. I don't know if the conditions are still in control of that choice. So you won't taste the true power of love until you're the one that determines your own inner conditions. So that's the essence. That's what I want y'all to leave with from this tonight. All right. I do want to open up the floor for any questions, any realization anybody have had. I wanted to make sure I gave y'all that what it was on my heart to do so. Okay. So anybody got any questions, anything y'all want to add, any realization, the floor is open. All right.
Yeah, I got a question, bro. Like what where were you raised, and like when did you start becoming more spiritual?
I was raised in Dallas, Texas, my brother. All right. In a hood called Bonton, you know. But I was raised in South Dallas, it's near Fairport, like the state fair is going on right now. And I became more in tune with this spiritual journey when my mother transitioned in 2004. When she transitioned, I became suicidal. I was so close to death. I was gone. I was gone. I was gone. I was 310 pounds. I was drinking syrup. I was taking handle Xanax. I was drinking alcohol. I was taking Valiums. Like really for a little while, 2 years of my life was like a blur. All right. So around 2004 till about 2007, I went through a whole rebirth. I went through a whole depression and I came out of that around 2010. Then my grandmother transitioned. All right. Then I told myself I wasn't going back down that spiral. So those two women transitioned and turned me the fuck on. Just tell you straight up.
Yeah, I feel you, bro.
I went to reading the Bible and it wasn't doing for me, brother. So it led me to African spirituality, which led me to ancestral veneration, which led me to understand that I can call on the names of my mother. They're always with me. They're in my heart. I don't have to mourn them. I can celebrate them.
Yeah.
Those
That's
things.
how I try and look at it too, bro. I'm from Houston. I grew up in, I know what you're talking about with all the syrup and shit, bro. Like, and then that wasn't enough, and then I had to move on to more. But like, I lost my mom when I was 17, and then watched my friend died when I was 23. Then when I was 33, my stepfather that raised me committed suicide, and I was like, bro, like that's it, bro. I don't know what to do, but like that's when the worst came out of like my use. and my shit got so bad, bro. I was like, then I came across people that was like, I cut off everyone, and like people like a couple friends that were like, things from the earth to help me out, help repair my brain. You know what I mean? Like, and that shit has really helped me a lot. And with like my mindset and staying positive and shit, like it's done a lot for me, man, and I'm very grateful for all that shit, man. Like I don't want to go back to, and I'm not gonna go back. Like you said, I found God, but I'm gonna stop there, and I want to hear if anyone else has any questions, bro. But it was good talking to you tonight, brother.
No, I appreciate you, and it's good to have you, man. Appreciate you for your time and energy.
Yes, sir.
Already, brother. And I commend you too for your healing, brother. Salute you. All right, for sure. Anybody else got something they want to share, add, realizations, whatever the case may be?
Yeah, this Travayus.
What's up with it, Travayus? What it do, baby?
What up with you, man? I know it's been a minute.
Yes, sir.
Um, I guess I just wanted to say, just listening to you, it's kind of giving me an idea of how far I done came. You know what I'm saying? Just listening to you talk about love and the different levels. You know what I'm saying? And it just made me realize how many levels I done been through. You know what I'm saying? Through my progression or whatever. And it made me realize I'm really farther than I thought I was. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I really appreciate that.
Now, get yourself, goddamn, that's some good shit, brother, especially for a brothers, because sometimes us as men don't realize how sacrificing we are in love. Sometimes men don't realize how loving we are because somebody else has been defining that. Sometimes as a man, we don't know we loving because we ain't got the money. We might can't provide. We might can't do everything the society say we supposed to do as a man. That don't mean I can't show up. That don't mean I ain't got your back. That don't mean I'm not loving because I ain't got all the shit that come with what you think is love. So hell nah, bro. Don't you let nobody define what love is for you. All right, you
Oh
be
yeah, oh yeah.
right? Because because you made me think about something. I'll be talking about this tomorrow night. But even if you look at this from an astrological perspective, think about every zodiac sign, every woman you've ever dealt with. Let's just look at them as energy, right? And you
Yeah.
say, what did you learn about yourself through those experiences? Like for me, I was with a Libra for 13 years, and I was with a Pisces, and then my Aries is my children's mother, and then a Cancer. So it's like you think about all these energies and what women bring you. Every woman has brought me a new experience in love. And
Oh yeah.
every woman has shown me about the places where I should be loving my goddamn self.
Oh
So
yeah.
and it wasn't until my mother transitioned where I realized as a man I was looking for my mother and my lovers. I didn't know
Okay.
about she
Yeah.
was her. I couldn't tell when she was her. It wasn't I wasn't aware of it when she was I couldn't see it, you know. But when she was gone, I realized, man, I've been looking for something, you know. So now
Yeah.
it's beautiful, brother, when you realize you've been looking for something the whole time and it's been you that you should be giving it to. Now
Yes,
you
sir.
can
Yes, sir.
share it with another woman willingly, and you will do it when you're ready and when you whole and able to commit to a relationship. So do it when you're in that place. All right, bro.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you.
You too. You too.
Sensei,
Peace, brother.
it's just a gratitude thing I want to throw out there at you, man. You always show up, bro, for years now, and don't matter what's going on, bro. You you always bring a lot of hope, man, every day. A lot, I know we don't talk a whole lot because we busy and all that good stuff, but I think about you a lot during the week, man. Just thinking about what you bring to the table for yourself and everybody that's in your circle, man. So just appreciate you, bro. That's all, man. I hope you have a good night.
I appreciate you, Giovanni. You better know I love my brother Giovanni. I met Giovanni in life. Him is Kim. Hey, Kim, what's up, beloved? My beloved sister Kim. Nah, we kicked it. We had fun. They actually came to Texas, and man, they came to our business and beautiful couple, beautiful like a brother to me. It was like a brother from another mother, all the way from Florida. It was like we met. Like we was in the parking lot kicking it. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, they came down. We literally kicked it. I mean, when I say kick, we chill. We just chill. Went out on the town. We had fun. So now we living, man. It's so beautiful when we can. I like to say when the flesh catches up with the spirit. All right. So it's beautiful when the flesh catches up with the spirit. So gratitude, brother. You already know, love y'all to life, man. Anybody else got something they want to share, add?
So I want to add to that.
Tony.
So I want to share gratitude and also to be able to say in terms of the growth, especially around the self-sacrifice. I feel like I've learned so much about myself in the last probably 2 months, in terms of being able to know the difference and not having to repeat some of that ancestral habit. So I really am very grateful for that.
Already, Tony. And that's a lot of wisdom y'all heard speaking right there. I know she sound young, she sound very youthful, all right, but that's a lot of wisdom y'all just heard speaking right there. Okay. So it's beautiful when we know that. I love to say this too. Tony has got a reading for me and work with me in so many different ways. And it's just so beautiful because it always an example to me, boy, you ain't gonna never get too motherfucking old to change. I don't care. It always reminds me, I don't care where you think you at, nigga, you better keep embracing evolution because this is what it can look like. Like, so now it's always a reminder of the wisdom, especially of the feminine. And it's always an honor to know that, hey, because women will let your ass know. You can't always sit stagnant. Like women will let you know. Women, that's why women, the most base of my client are women. Like most of the people I deal with are women, and women are always embracing change. Women are always looking for new ways to embrace emotional intelligence. You know what I'm saying? So it's powerful. All right. So gratitude to you, Tony, as always. I love you to life.
It's reciprocated. And I also want to say thank you to your beloved because I know she's been a part of it as well.
Oh yeah, she be working hard in the background. Anybody else?
Expressing gratitude,
Peace.
Sensei, man. I definitely wanted to.
Who that, Armani? Who that, Latoya first?
Armani, is that Armani?
Yeah, that's Armani.
Go
Yeah, this
ahead,
our
Armani.
money. This our money. No, I just wanted to. For me, and this that chapter, man, that just kind of like lit me up. But you said that transmuting that fear, man. That when you face it directly, that it turns into excitement. And yeah, man. So it's like that definitely just was like that was a big ball for me right now with what I'm currently experiencing with all of this going through me and stuff right now. Just looking for a challenge to conquer, like I'm just out of the blue right now. So I'm just thank you for the wisdom, man. That definitely resonated. I want to send good energy and good vibes to everybody here that participated, and just thank you for the time and energy.
Now, for sure, Armani. It's always good to see you, brother. Always good to be in your presence, man. Now there's some beautiful shit because being able to transmute that energy is so powerful, man. And I've learned that because I don't care how many people I spoke in front of. I don't care what I do. I always feel the excitement. Anytime I'm in front of a new crowd, anytime I'm doing like my body always gives me, of course, I can manage it and get relaxed, but I always feel it because I'm never devoid of the feeling. It's a beautiful feeling. That feeling now allows me to be present. It's not fear anymore. It's like, damn, it's on, it's up, it's time, it's go time. When I get that energy, it's go time. When my body start reacting and them chemicals start going, it's go time, baby. You finna get my best shit. You finna get my best shit. You understand? So now, good shit, brother. Transmute that shit, all right? Who was that? Toya, what's up, beloved?
Hi, everybody. I just want to say gratitude to you for, oh, just since I met you. I had to move across the fucking nation to meet you. I had to. I had to come to Dallas to experience not only you, but the beautiful souls that I've experienced since I was here. And you've been one of them. And I just want to say thank you. I just want to say thank you. I don't call on you all the time, but when I do, you're present. And I feel the love. I know that everything that you're giving me, whether it's from a place where it's like, hey, get your shit together, or it's from a place like, hey, beloved, you know what's up? I love you. It's from a genuine, beautiful place. And I'm grateful for the experience with you and Shayla. And I'm just, oh, thank you that I'm able to even sit in my shit today. You know, not that I haven't been able to, but I'm really able to sit in it and process through it and know that I'm ascending and I'm transmuting and evolving and all that good shit. And I'm loving myself because love is love no matter what I've been through. And I just went through something that could have knocked me on my ass, but I'm still here. I'm still here and I'm grateful. I'm even grateful for that experience. Um, I just want to say thank you and I love you.
I would love it. You know, it's received and reciprocated. You better goddamn know it. And it's you know, these are the most fulfilling moments for me. Like when it's priceless, you know. So now it's so beautiful to just be able to be an enrichment and enhancement and add this to your life. And I appreciate the opportunity to do that. Okay. So I appreciate your trust. I appreciate your time, your energy. I appreciate your love, your adoration. You better goddamn know that. All right. You are loved. You are honored. You are valued. Don't you ever forget that shit. Okay. You better goddamn know it. All right.
I goddamn know it.
Anybody else? Shit. Y'all trying to make me cry tonight, huh? It's beautiful. All right. Y'all good? Everybody good? Okay.
We appreciate you, brother.
Right, I
All
think we
right.
all got a lump in our throat over here because I'm over here
Yeah.
teary eyed. I don't even know her, but girl,
Yeah.
you touched me. Yes, thank you.
Nice.
Much
And
gratitude, of course. Much, much, much gratitude.
Hey, Queen, you know I love you to life.
I love you eternally.
I just appreciate the consistency, man. Just having these every so often, and we got, we coming together. That's the blessing for me. The
Nah,
energy.
yeah, I got some more stuff coming for us, for the brothers too. I want to tell y'all that I'm announcing I got some more things coming for the brothers. I'm gonna do some men's healing. We're gonna do a 7-week program together with these brothers and gonna get some healing with these brothers, all right?
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you, because you stay on us. Woo! Take your foot off our neck.
Y'all the first teachers. I mean, shit, when
Woo!
y'all put the foot down, it's because of y'all healing that men are like, all right, go on, give me a reading, bro. I don't know what the fuck, but it's because of women stepping up to where men are saying what I need to do. I don't know nothing about this spiritual shit. I don't know nothing about sage and shit, but what it's like, what it's about. I'm just telling you, like, y'all at the forefront. It's because y'all done made that shift. It's to why men are now even open or even more receptive to healing. Tell you, straight up.
But you did kick something the other day when you posted something. The reason why a man really can't heal when a woman has cheated on him because of what he visualizes. It made me say, damn.
Oh yeah, and as a man that's been through that, you goddamn right.
So I'll be interested to be a fly on that wall when you give that class. I mean, just a fly on the wall. Just,
Yeah,
I
cause
want
it's
to eat popcorn and
psychological.
listen to the comments.
Yeah, it gets psychological, and the man gotta be willing. That's some heavy shit, especially when society done told you she's a hoe now. So we're gonna get deep up in that. All right. So yeah, we're gonna get deep up in there.
Ain't that when we supposed to say, fuck them?
It
Fuck the people.
depends on the situation. Like,
Is that just for the
so
men? That's a men class?
yeah, we're gonna be going up in that in the men class, you know.
He said we can be flies on the wall. We just can't say nothing. Just we can be a
Okay, bet.
fly.
Bet.
To only 2 flies in the room. He said
That'll
only
work.
2 flies.
That'll work for me.
Nah, I am gonna do some cause it's gonna be hard for men to heal without the presence of women. I'm gonna tell you why. Women always bring the bullshit out of men every time. Men know it. And if us as men, we know we can be sitting and we could be a room full of brothers and we was good until an old girl came in. Now we start seeing all kind of shit like this. I did not know this. They would have got a nigga inside it. I'm just telling you, women, y'all bring a lot of shit out of niggas. Let me tell you straight
Just
up.
say that's gonna be a room full of unhealed women trying to tell y'all what to do.
No. They don't ain't gotta say nothing. There ain't them kind of women gonna be there. So nah, they don't gotta say shit. Just the presence of a woman can show you how a nigga would act in a company of feminine energy. So when you get a man that can be himself, no matter what, because I still got brothers that call me want to speak in code. And it's one time rolling and shit. Like, nigga, what the fuck you talking about one time rolling? Nigga, what the fuck you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's shit that men do, like y'all might not never understand, but men, you know, we just have certain shit we do, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, yeah, bro, no, bro, let's not do that no more. So we going in on that men program. I'm building that motherfucker out. It's gonna be 7 weeks. So I'm spending 7 weeks with these guys. Somebody gonna hate me by the time it's over. Okay, that's how niggas work. I'm aware. I'm ready because I can fight. I'm good. I'm good with my words, my hands. So it ain't too much a nigga can do to me. I'm just saying. So I ain't worried about that. Sometimes you gotta let a nigga know that though. You can't hurt me, bro. I ain't scared of you. So
I
now.
can only imagine what that's gonna be like. I feel what you're saying. I can only imagine.
Well, Shaylin gonna need somebody to help her to collect the tickets. So I just need to be there to help her collect the tickets and make sure don't no women get past the door.
Look, we're gonna do it.
I'm gonna get that.
We're gonna do it virtual, and then we're gonna have an in-person meetup. So we're gonna do both. Yeah, because I got to take these brothers outside. I got to get them returned to nature. Now we doing a whole retreat and everything. What's going in? We're going in. I'm taking them on a whole internal journey. It's gonna be a whole internal journey.
Even though I'm joking, that's really needed in right now, period, with everything that's going on, and with us women seeing a lot of feminine energy coming from men. So I mean, just that mentorship and redirection and reassurance definitely needed. Definitely.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Shout out for that. Shout out.
I can't keep talking about these brothers if I ain't showing them something. So there you go. So here, yeah. Everybody good? If so, I'm gonna let y'all go. And if you can make the workshop tomorrow night, all right, make sure you do. Hit me up, okay, and I'll get you in there. The link will be attached to the recording, so all y'all to get the recording, and the recording will be available on YouTube. For those of you who are listening on YouTube, you can, of course, hit me up, purchase the recording from the previous workshops. Also, if you want to get the recording from the third eye workshop, you can purchase that as well. The Crown Chakra Workshop will be the final assessment or the final installment into this. That Crown Chakra Workshop is going to be a more integrative workshop. All right. The Crown Chakra Workshop is going to be the highlight. It's going to be the jewel of my workshops. All right. So you ain't going to miss the Crown Chakra Workshop. It's going to be the place to where we're all wanting to dwell. Okay. So we're gonna go into that crown. All right. So anybody, y'all good? Now, if y'all need some help on the workshop, all right, for tomorrow night, make sure you inbox me. Of course, I like to work with people. If you need a payment plan, whatever the case may be, of course, I want to make sure you get in there as if you are truly interested in joining. So don't hesitate to reach out to me and we can work something out about you getting the workshop. Okay. I just want everybody to have access to it. All right. But once again, this is not what I do, it's who I am. So this is my work. This is the only thing I do for a living. This is not by choice. I done tried all kind of shit. Trust me, I'm a hustler. I'm tell you by nature. So if you ain't think I done tried other shit to make money, don't you tripping. So now the universe like, nah, nigga, this your lane. Nigga, this it. This is, and it's like, you show, and I want to do this. Nah, this ain't about what you want. So I'm not here for what I truly want to do in my life. I just made that sound dramatic, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
You called
Very Gemini of you.
Charlie,
Very
right?
Gemini.
You see how I just did that? Was so Gemini. It was like I'm
I
sad or
guess
something.
you want us to feel sorry for you?
You're
Yeah,
right.
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 Oh yeah,
Right.
that's a Gemini
After you
movie, bro.
just after he talked to the man, like, I'm gonna do this and I'm
Yeah, yeah.
I got, and then he like,
You don't do me like that, my nigga. You don't do me like that. You.
He
Well,
almost deserve an Oscar for that award, right?
I know.
No, it's beautiful though. But no, it's a trip. But I love it. I promise you, at this point, I've never been more fulfilled in my life and devoid of any material gain. I had a lot of shit. I had a lot of money. I got a good name around the neighborhood. My name still ring bells. I can still pull up and get a lot of shit. My face card's still good. All right. But this point in my life, I'm so fulfilled, y'all. I wouldn't even want to do nothing else. Really, honestly, I can't even see myself doing nothing else. I've tried, I've thought about it, I've put time, energy into it. I don't filled out applications, but it all was out of survival. I'm gonna be real with y'all. It was all out of I need some money. It wasn't nothing I really wanted to do. It was just something I just needed some money. So me having acknowledged that shit, like, nah, this is what I want to do. So I love this. I love enriching people. I love opening up the doors for people to see themselves and have the realizations. And one of the most beautiful things somebody ever told me is, man, after dealing with you, I don't think I'm ever have to come back. I'm like, what you mean? He said, man, I ain't coming back to this shit after I'm done. I'm like, what? Like, so that was like, that means to me that somebody's saying, I'm going to live a fulfilled life. I'm going to do everything I came here to do. As a guru, a teacher, a guide, or whatever you want to call it, you can take me to the king. I don't have much to bring. You understand? Yeah, I like that. How we
Oh my God.
Really?
I know exactly what you're talking about, Sensei, because I'm going through the exact same thing. I'm talking about I tried everything. And the universe is like, oh no, you ain't nothing.
Yeah.
Get your ass back over there in that lane.
Mm-hmm. It's like none of it is gonna be fulfilling.
Yep.
Yeah. It's like it might bring some money, it might bring us, but it's gonna bring so much internal conflict. It just ain't even worth it.
What?
Yeah. So now, beautiful souls, appreciate you all, appreciate y'all time, y'all energy, and hope to see y'all tomorrow night. All right.
Yes,
So
we love you.
Yes,
Yes.
peace.
Peace.
Don't forget, y'all will get the recording.
Peace.
Tamika, what's up, beloved?
Peace and love.
I was quiet. I had the boys, but I love you. I love you. Thank you so much. It's awesome being here with you on full moon. So, I love this. I love our expansion. I love our elevation, and I'm here for it. Continue to light this shit up. I'm here for it. I love you.
I really love you too, beloved. Love you too. You better goddamn nowhere. You and goddamn Willie over there. Y'all keep handing up. I gotta come see y'all too. Gotta come see y'all. Gotta come see the new facility. So, peace and love, beautiful soul. This will be on YouTube as well, and you will get this recording. And don't forget to hit me up if you do want to join tomorrow night. So, high vibration to you all, and
Peace. See you tomorrow.
peace.